Daisy Thomas with us right now, Marty.
Daisy!
Good morning.
Let's have a little update, Daisy, because the last time we saw you was
Yes.
before our break and you were just about to head over to the UK with a points bet man for 9 or 10 days.
9 days. Wow. I've just come good.
Including the cricket.
Cricket for the last 2 days of it, which was all time. Steve Smith made 100 on the second day we were there. We were well on top, so we were just feeding it to the Poms, and it was
bet you
brilliant.
were.
It was good fun. And then it was the end of that test match where they had the big blow-up in the long room. So I wasn't there for that because that would have been good fun.
That would have been fun.
But no, it was awesome. Awesome trip.
Bit of racing as well.
Bit of racing, bit of golf, and then just came home and jet lag. Oh, my goodness.
You got hit bad.
Landed at 12:30 Saturday night, Sunday morning, and was in here for work at 11 on the Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
was
hard.
unwell.
Yeah.
That's hard. I never know. People say sometimes if you go one way, it's better than if you go the other way, but I never know which way.
Coming
Yeah.
back's worse. Coming back from Europe is worse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Coming back
For some
to Australia.
reason, yeah.
God, I can remember being in New York once. I couldn't keep my eyes open at about 4 o'clock in the arvo. I felt nauseous.
Yeah, I was having 14 hours sleep and 3-hour day naps as well. I was just
Buggered.
good by it. Yep. But anyway, we're good now.
Could
9
have been
days on.
pint involved as well.
Could have been
I mean,
a few gaspers and a few pints, you know.
Why not? You only live once,
One
mate.
in Rome.
Could not agree more. Finals race is very, 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 very ridiculously deep, it says here.
That's
Even 15th place Fremantle remain a chance.
well, they won't make finals. They are crap.
Spots from 5th to 8 remain up for grabs, Daisy.
This is true, yeah. So there is a host of teams, half a game or 6 points outside the 8, with a few of the teams obviously having a draw. But Geelong snuck into 5th now. This is where we need to. They're starting to just
Build.
hum at the right time. They warned us they were going to do this, and now they have. But the Saints, the Bulldogs, and Essendon all on 36 points, as well as the GWS Giants in 9th.
Yeah.
So that's 6 through 9. Carlton and Richmond 2 points behind them. Then Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns, Sydney Swans, somewhat chasing.
You were at the GF last year, I'm assuming.
I
Probably working.
No, I was working. I
Yeah.
didn't go. I was
you
doing the
didn't go?
Mornington Cup for PointsBet.
Because, my God, mate. That,
Thrill.
well, you're a good man.
Oh, just two of the big, the big sport. Ooh,
You can't say no to work.
I
mate.
can't.
Yeah. You know.
Loz is throwing stuff at
Yeah,
me.
Loz is angry. Maurice Rioli was seen rejecting a phone call from the Richmond coach's box after being subbed out of yesterday's game against the West Coast. Have you ever seen anyone say no to the coach on the phone?
Yes, he's sure most weeks.
Just said no?
When Nathan Buckley was coach, we'd obviously come off, and there was a lot of times where boys just refused the phone, didn't want to speak, and
Really?
because you're so frustrated, you know what the message is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, mate. Good
Is the
on you.
message usually calm?
Sometimes not.
And is it about, hey, we talked about this through the week, or is it just like get up the ground? Like, what are they saying?
Depends what you need to do. Usually, if you're coming off or being dragged, you've done something majorly wrong,
Disastrous.
and you know what that is.
Yeah.
So you sit there and you're disappointed within yourself. The last thing you need is someone else coming down the line giving you another double up. So Morris was in the back row and just didn't want to take the call. Which, with cameras now, we make a lot out of it.
Yeah, that's right. But it's not that unusual.
It's not that unusual. In this probably day and age, it is, because players are probably a bit more polite and don't really take or challenge the coaches as much as we did when we played. Because we were little brats, Martin.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little brat from way back. Kane Corns has made headlines again after criticising the amount of Guard of Honour celebrations we've seen this year. That seems a strange one for Kane to pick out of the news cycle.
Well, this BT's been going with this for a while as well.
BT's had enough of the Guard of Honours.
Hates it, yeah. 250, 300 games, maybe, he says.
But under that,
Under that, probably not.
well, certainly not 50.
Yeah.
What about a 500th for an umpire?
Yeah, I don't mind that. But what, did they chair the umpire off? I didn't see it.
No, they just
A guard of honour, I don't mind
guard
that.
of honour, clapped him off.
500 games is a lot of games for an
Oh,
umpire.
my God, it's
Extraordinary.
ridiculous.
Just need to quicken it up a little bit. Yeah, players mill around now. They go and sign babies and give them footies and whatever.
Sign
babies. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
No, they don't do that anymore.
Not
with
down the
Sharpies.
90s.
Always lovely to see you, Daisy.
Thank you.
Working hard.
And to you.
Mate, couple of close games over the weekend, starting on Thursday night with Sydney and the Bulldogs. Feels like it was 6 months ago now, but a thrilling two-pointer in Sydney.
That was a cracking game of football, and the Western Bulldogs now, they're in the muck. So that was a game they probably should have won, and on form they should have won, which would have left them in 5th or 6th position. Now they're right in that muck of 10 teams, 8 teams.
It's tight, isn't it? but it's tight there. But it feels like, I mean, to me, it still feels like it's Collingwood's flag to lose.
Yeah, I think right now it'd be Collingwood or Port. They're the clear 2 top seeds, and Melbourne and Brisbane, because that was a cracking game on Friday night.
By a point,
Yeah.
Melbourne over your boys,
Are you okay,
William.
Will?
Oh my God.
We haven't even talked about it.
Yeah.
I think it was top 3 worst for me.
They were
Worst defeats.
25 up at one point.
With 7 minutes to go.
Yeah.
With 7 minutes
Yeah.
to go.
It was a
Would you let them walk
complete-
your dog?
Oh my God. It was a complete piss
Would-
of the
would
bed.
you?
It was
Yeah.
one of the worst.
You
But
would-
yeah.
I didn't realise it was 7 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah. And it was 10 minutes bookended.
Yeah.
So the first 10 and the last 10 for the Lions.
28 points up 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times.
And then Cozzy kicked a goal with 7 minutes to go to get it back to 18 points. Melksham then kicked a goal to get it back to 12.
Mm.
With 2 minutes 14, Viney scored. And then with 35 seconds, Jake the Snake Melksham, who knocked Stevie May out at Ontricot.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
And then they all embraced.
And he couldn't hit the side of a barn all night. And then he just goes bang, bang in the final 5 minutes.
Well, that's when it counts.
Kicks 2 in the final 5 minutes. Collingwood over Freo. I think that sort of blew out a bit more than people thought it might.
Yeah, 10 goals second term from the Pies, and then after that game was a non-event. I was working it. It was a horrible second half. It started raining. The Pies were just doing enough to win, and Fremantle have been one of the biggest disappointments of the season. Played a final last year, and they have just
Bottom 4.
fired 0 shots.
Man, that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they were putting a good team together. Bob Murphy went over there. Like, it felt like they had some real momentum.
Yeah, and they got Jackson, of course, Jager O'Meara in there. So the team should have gotten better, but unfortunately, they just cannot find an avenue to goal. 10 goals, not good enough.
St Kilda must be disappointed losing to the Gold Coast.
Well, again, a game, and the Gold Coast Suns, obviously new coach, but that factor, I think we overinflate that. I think of the 14 times there's been an interim coach, 6 have won, 8 have lost.
Right.
So that's sort of where that lies, but they were very disappointing. And now
11-11, 8-3.
Well,
I
their
mean,
spot's-
that's a flogging.
their spot again now in jeopardy in the finals if they are going to go on and play, of course.
It feels like the 3 teams, 6th, 7th, and 8th, being St Kilda, Bulldogs, and Essendon, they're almost like the least in form of the teams that are all chasing.
Yeah, they've done a lot of the work early on in the season. I still don't think it's going to make a difference. I think maybe the Cats in 5th are a danger, but anyone else I think is just making up the numbers so far.
Carlton flogged Port.
Oh, boy.
Absolutely
Hey.
flogged them.
Go and get the lid, Martin.
Yeah, I know.
What are we calling you,
There's a
Martin?
lot of Carlton. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of Carlton swagger around at the moment.
Hughesy saw
Lids
you
are
at
off.
5:30.
Oh, mate, and he's asking me how North's going. I'm like, 2 weeks ago, mate. Please shut up.
The Blues are back though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Coach
Blues
was-
are back.
The coach was done a month ago.
know.
They
A
wanted
month
him sacked. They're out the
The
door. and this-
board's carrying on in the rooms. They're
Imploding.
letting bloody old mate Matheson go. The whole lot.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be a very Carlton sort of
Carlton-esque year.
reality check this game in particular. Won 3 games against
Yeah.
nobody. And then I thought, right, this is the opportunity. There's something back on the line. And they've won by 50 points.
Yeah, because,
Flogged 'em.
you know,
Yeah.
because we'll see you at the final is what?
That's the worst sentence you've ever said.
So you like sport, do you?
Grammatically, it made no sense, and it couldn't be more wrong.
It's nice to see Silvani with a bit of form. as
Yeah,
well.
we like Jack, and we love Jack. And
Yeah.
I can't believe they try and flick him all the time.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah,
a real
constantly.
crack.
But isn't that a lag over from his dad and the relationship that's going on there,
Yeah.
or is
Your
that
words, mate. Your
Yeah,
words.
okay. Geelong flogged the Bombers, absolutely flogged them, spanked them.
Well, they're into 5th, as we said, and they have, I think, 3 or 4 more games at GMHBA Stadium on the way home.
Yeah.
Really tough run, though.
I reckon they're the only team outside the top 4 that can really give it a shake. I thought Adelaide were going to be one of those sides, but their form is now very patchy at best.
Yeah.
Beaten at home by GWS.
Yeah. Well,
West Coast lose to Richmond, as they should. But the really disappointing one for North fans was North losing by 48 points to Hawthorn, 6-4, 12-16. 12-16. I mean, it could have been anything.
It should have 3-13, I think it was at half time. Hawthorn just couldn't kick a goal. And then in the second half, we got what we thought. The first half of that game was arguably as bad a skill set from a side you will ever see. We were calling it yesterday for Triple M. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
I thought they could win too. I just don't get it. I
Everyone
don't get the
thought they could
psyche
win.
of
I
the
mean-
players down there where they come out and it's just very pedestrian
I don't
right
get
from the
it.
very first bounce. I'd be sitting there going, we're playing Hawthorn 16 v 17.
Yep.
They're crap. We're crap.
Let's go.
Let's have a crap off and
Yeah.
see if we can win.
Yeah, let's get it on.
It was a crap off.
Alistair
And then it
Clarkson
just turned into a big
I
bunch
mean,
of crap.
Doesn't feel like feels like Alistair Clarkson, may as well maybe just sit out the rest of the year. I mean, I don't really want to get into that conversation, but it seems like I don't know. Maybe he just gets back into the preseason with them and tries to rally the troops.
I think all reports he'll be back before the end of the season.
Okay.
He was at the under-18 championship game yesterday.
Oh well, that's good.
So he's obviously in better spirits, which is good. But
Mm.
again, this is going to be a development year for North. But they're the games, I think, if you are a North fan and involved in the footy club,
Mm.
you'd be hoping that, Hawthorn aren't a 48-point better side than you.
God no.
Mm.
Hawthorn are rubbish.
They beat West Coast by 100.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
but mate,
shown
you
more
and
signs
I could kick a goal against
Yeah.
the West Coast from 10 out. If you hit me on the chest. Daisy, always good to see you, mate.
Have a great week.